It is an agency that's been under scrutiny. A teenager accused of murder was in group home care with Franklin County Children's Services when the alleged attack happened. The tragedy prompted this top-to-bottom review, which the Children's Services Director spoke about for the first time on TV today.
We conducted an extensive, thorough review.
It was a much-anticipated review, at least in Blendon Township. That's where police say jogger Jane Juergens died at the hands of group home resident Jordan Stewart, a teenager with a documented history of violence.
And I don't see anything in here that directly addresses keeping that from happening again.
Safety and security questions remain for these neighbors who we met last week, and they still wonder how the system placed Stewart in a group home that isn't as restrictive as other environments. But in an interview, Director Chip Spinning today pointed to report outcomes that seem to address some of their worries. After analyzing the Stewart case,
We feel like if we do more holistic reviews and more holistic assessments, we'll have more information to put better interventions in place to serve them.
and he told us there are measures in place now for the community to call with any concerns. A client's rights office with a number right on the Children's Services website. That's not all.
We're working with the court system on a new, expanded memorandum of understanding which will allow us to exchange far more data.
The neighbors called those steps in the right direction, but the fact the report found no significant concerns with group home providers troubled them.
Seems like at least one provider slipped up, doesn't it? If the providers were meeting the level of care that Franklin County Children's Services expects, then I'm really disappointed with the level of care that Franklin County Children's Services expects.
That statement, do you, if you agree with it, please raise your hand. Okay. And in our interview on that point, Spinning really didn't go any further. Today we learned the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services did find the group home provider in the Stewart case non-compliant for inappropriate staff to child ratios the day Jane Juergens was murdered, and this is that report. It's fueling debate on just how many staffers it takes to keep an eye on youth in group home care.